we already know how this video is gonna go. This video is for Garrett. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a story time. I've never done one of these before, but these are my favorite things to watch on YouTube. They're messy and they're fun, and I just love a good story time. So today's story time is going to be my first kiss. Oh, I'm so sorry, mother, if you're watching this. This story time is gonna be my first kiss slash oh my gosh, I can't talk. My first kiss slash first time getting drunk. Tea. Okay, so before I start the story, I would just like to preface this with underage drinking is bad. I really hope my mom doesn't see this. Underage drinking is bad. Never do it. You'll die. Okay, so my first kiss. Where do we start? Okay, we start prom of my junior prom. Yes, that's late. I got my first kiss really late. But if you would have asked me like from 9th grade, like on, I'd be like, oh yeah, I totally kissed somebody. Lies. I didn't have my first kiss until junior year, prom of junior year. So this story starts. How am I gonna start this? It's just so much and it's just so messy and oof, it's so embarrassing. Okay, so let me set the scene for you. It's a after party at prom. Like, I remember it was like it was raining, but like it had stopped raining, but everything was still wet. And we were like at this kid's house, and it was like his main house where his dad lived, and then he had like a barn, but it was just like a downstairs living room, like there was a couch and a TV, and then upstairs like his room and a bed, and he lived in there and his dad lived in his house. And so we were at like this kid's barn, like having a party. There was like 20 to like 30 people there. It was like a small get together, like a little after prom, whatever. So mind you, like hold on. Mind you, this was my first prom. Like, I didn't even know you were supposed to be drunk. You were like supposed to be drunk on the prom bus, like at prom. So like I was there like completely sober. Like my prom date was like blasted. Like he literally was drinking just straight Everclear on the prom bus, and like at dinner he was like being so wild, like standing on the tables, like, but everybody was drunk. Like prom was a mess. I mean it's always a mess, but yeah, so I didn't know, like, I had never drunk before. Like, I was just like an innocent child. And so like I was like annoyed low-key at the party because like I was sober like all prom. Like my prom date was being annoying, and so like I was like at the party, and like my friends, they were playing beer pong, and so I went up to my friend. She was a girl, she was playing beer pong, and I was like, what are we gonna name her? Her name is gonna be Keegan. We'll name her Keegan. Okay, so I was like, Keegan, I've never been, like, she like was wild, like she was wild. So I was just like, Keegan, I've never been drunk before. And she's like, what? You've never been drunk before? You're gonna get drunk tonight. So I was like, bet. And so she had peach. Was it peach? Yeah, peach. It was either peach or mango. I'm almost positive it was peach. It was probably peach. It was some peach Svedka. And she gave me a red Solo cup, and she was like, I'm gonna give you a shot. She filled up this red Solo cup this much. It was like, this is a shot. And I was like, I know I've never been drunk before, but I know this is not a shot, but I'm still drinking it anyway because I'm trying to get drunk. And so I take the red Solo cup and I drink the whole thing. And I was like, that was disgusting, and I don't feel anything. Like, she was like, you gotta wait a minute. And I was like, all right. So like I waited a few minutes, like maybe 5, and I was like, Keegan, I don't feel anything. She was like, all right, I'm gonna give you another shot. And then she was like, God, like, she was like, she was just talking to other people. She's like, do shots with this. And then she like fills up everybody's cup like this much, and they're like, this is not a shot, this is like 3 shots. And she's like, it's a shot, it's fine, just take it, don't be a pussy, just take it. And then my other friend was like, I'm not drinking the whole thing, like, you got me fucked up, I'm gonna drink half of this. But I was like, I'm gonna drink the whole thing because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was like, look. So 2 shots in, I'm like, I still don't feel anything. So 3 more shots roll by and I'm feeling it. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm feeling it. So really, I don't remember anything after this. Like, I remember talking a lot, like just talking so much. Like, I was just like, blah, 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 blah. And then the next thing I remember, let me give you a backstory to the boy I kissed. Okay, so we're gonna name him Gray. His name is Gray. Okay, Gray, like, liked me since freshman year, and, like, he told me this. But, like, I didn't like him. 1, because he had dreads, and, like, why are you trying to, like, steal my thunder? Like, absolutely not. And also, I just, like, didn't like him like that. But that's besides the point. And so, the next thing I know, like, I pushed him, like, we were outside. Everybody, like, else was inside. No, pause. Hold on. I'm remembering things as they happen. Oh, my God. Okay, so, like, we were inside, and, like, I was, like, remember being on this kid's couch, like, in his face, like, here's him, and I was just, like, staring at him. And then, like, I remember us going outside, because, like, I guess it had started raining or something. I don't even know why we were inside. So we went outside. Like, I think we were the only 2 people out there. I really don't remember. I remember pushing him up against the wall, and I was like, did you fuck so-and-so? Like, what's his prom date? Because he, like, left the party and then came back, and, like, I noticed that. Because, like, I was low-key plotting the whole time, but anyways, I was like, did you fuck so-and-so? And he was like, no. And I was like, did you fuck so-and-so? And he was like, no. And then, like, we just, like, started making out. He had braces. But, like, I don't know why that's important. But, like, I couldn't tell because, like, I was drunk. And, like, anyways. So, like, we're making out. And then it's the last thing I remember until, like, the next thing I remember, I'm sitting on this couch like this, slumped over. And, like, I feel, like, throw up. Like, I feel like I'm throwing it. And, like, literally, I was, like, so drunk. Like, I was so, like, and, like, I guess I didn't know I was throwing up. But, like, I did. But I was just, like, so drunk. Like, I didn't know if it was real life. So, like, I'm throwing up, like, and then my friend, like, my best friend at the time was, like, Troy, like, go outside, like, you're literally throwing up on yourself, like, you're disgusting. And, like, everybody was, like, playing 2K, and, like, I was, like, throwing up on myself. Like, I get up, and, like, I throw up, like, and then outside, when I was, like, throwing up, like, 2 of my friends, like, were out there, and, like, it was a boy and a girl, and they dated, and they both had the same name. Like, I hope they never see this, but, I mean, I guess they can. Like, shout out to you, because, like, y'all, they took care of me. They were, like, oh my God, like, get her some water. Like, I was throwing up. I remember home, we're, like, holding my hair back. I was just, like, throwing up. And then Gray came out there. It was, like, I threw up again. And then, like, I remember him, like, picking me up. And I was, like, why is my best friend, like, not out here, like, not taking care of me? And he was, like, I don't know. Like, that's funny because, like, we're not even friends anymore. But I was just, like, is she not here? And then, like, I asked her the next day, and she was like, no, I don't fuck with throw up. Like, you were sloppy. Like, absolutely not. I was like, understandable, because I was a mess. So anyways, like, also, side story, the guy I went to prom with tried to fight Gray because I guess he wanted to kiss me. I don't even know. He was just ridiculous. Like, he had, like, a whole bottle of Hennessy. Like, my friend found his ID in the yard, like, 3 times. Like, he was just so drunk. And he tried to fight Gray because I kissed him. I kissed Gray and not him. And, like, homeboy didn't even talk to me all prom. Like, he was, like, too busy being drunk and, like, ridiculous. So, like, I don't understand why you tried to fight. Anyways, and he also ended up making out with my friend because he was salty at me. I really was told this after the fact because I was just, like, blackout, like, didn't remember it. Oops. So, somewhere between me making out with homeboy and me throwing up, like, I had to pee, and you can't pee in a barn because it's a barn and there's no bathroom, so you had to go to the main house. And I was like, the guy's name, whose house it was, we'll call him Sultan. I was like, Sultan, I have to pee. And he was like, go to the main house. And I was like, I'm not just gonna walk in your house. Like, I never just like walk into people's houses because that's weird. I was like, walk me there, because like his dad was in there. I was just like, I'm not gonna walk up in your house, that's weird. And so like he walks me to his house, and like his dad is like super cool, like everybody knows him, everybody calls him by his first name, like everybody knows his dad. And so like I pee, and then I come back out, and then like his dad follows me out. Pause. When we were walking up to his house, like there's a deck, like because it's a freaking house, and like there's decks on houses. Hoodoo. So like you had to like walk up 2 or 3 stairs to like get on the deck and then walk into his house. So like walking out of his house, I forgot there was a deck because I was so drunk, and I flew, like face planted off of the deck in front of his dad, like into the mud, because mind you, it had been raining. So like I was just like covered in mud, and he was like his dad was like laughing at me, and I was just like so like confused, like where did this deck come from, and like why did it just throw me off of it? Like I was really offended. So then his dad was like, you need another shirt. And I was like, I do. So his dad gave me another shirt. I still have the freaking shirt. Honestly, here's the shirt. Here's the freaking shirt. Also, a side note, I never got the long sleeve shirt that I was wearing, that I fell in, back from him. Like, I've asked the guy like 30 times. I was like, will you bring me back that shirt? And he's like, no. And I was just like, why? And he's like, because I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't know where it is, and I really don't care. I was like, cool. It really wasn't even my shirt. It was my best friend's shirt, but that's besides the point. Ugh. Also, the only picture I have from that night, like, it was before I fell, so I could show you. Like, I'm gonna try and like insert a picture or something, but like the only picture I have from that night was like me, the guy whose party it was, the girl who was giving me some like the shots, and then like this other kid, his name was Eli, and like he died early, like our senior year, like the first week of our senior year, he died because of drinking and driving. So that's why I was like, never do it, it's like bad. And like it was really a shitty start to our senior year, because like our friend died. So yeah, I face planted, fell off a deck in front of his dad. Fast forward like later in the night, there's this guy, we'll call him Tess. Ugh, like this is so embarrassing. Like this is literally, I'll never live this down. Like I will live it down, but like ugh. So anyways, oh, this is so embarrassing. Okay, so fast forward like a few hours, I guess. I'm passed out like in the middle of this man's living room, like on a blow up couch next to like this guy, Tess. Like it was his blow up couch, and like I was like, I don't give a fuck, I'm passing out on it, like I'm drunk, I don't care. And so like I passed out on this blow up mattress and like next to him, and like pictures were taken, obviously, because it's high school and like people are petty and childish. Oh. So like next morning I wake up still completely and utterly drunk. Like okay, and mind you, I didn't know like whose blow up couch it was. I didn't know who was next to me. Like I was drunk, like blackout, like didn't remember what happened, like the next day blackout. So I wake up, and like me and what is his name, Tess, are like making out, and like I didn't even know who it was. Like my eyes were closed, like morning breath, like the most ratchet thing you've ever seen, like drunk. Like there's a blow up couch in the middle of this man's like living room, like in the barn, and then there's like a L couch, and like there's hella people like sleeping. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and like people are sleeping on this L couch, and like the TV's loud as fuck. Like Dave Chappelle like comedy special was on, and like I guess somebody was awake watching it. I had no clue, but it was loud as fuck, and that's all I remember, being loud as fuck. And like I'm making out with homeboy, and like someone took a picture of us, like, and then like walked outside. Like someone walked outside, and then like I like roll over and like go back to sleep for like an hour, and then like I wake up, and the person, Tess, but like I didn't know it was Tess because I was drunk. And so I wake up, and like that person's gone, and like the guy I made out with the night before was like asleep on the couch, like Other people were asleep on the couch. Also, another side note, when homeboy got up from the blow up mattress, it like deflated. Like homeboy was big. And so like he got up and like it deflated. I don't know why. It deflated. And I was like, what? And so like I get up and go outside, and it was like Tess and this other guy, the person who took the picture, like multiple pictures. He's a snake, low-key, but we're not gonna talk about that. I was like, cause like I woke up and there was like a can of dip on the fucking bed, and I was like, I walked outside with the can of dip, and I was like, whose dip is this? I was like trying to do some investigating. I was like, whose dip is this? And they were like, it's yours. Like you like packed a fat lip, and I was like, bullshit. Whose dip is this? And Tess was like, it was mine. And I was like, oh my god. And I just like walked to the side of the house, threw up. Stepped and throw up. I stepped and throw up, like walking to throw up. And I'm sure that made me throw up even more. Stepped and throw up, went to the side of the house, threw up, went back inside, like woke my best friend up. And I was like, bitch, we have to go. We have to go. And so she wakes up, like goes to the side of the house, throws up, finds my prom date ID again, and she was like, this is the third time I found his ID in the yard, like what is he doing? I'm like, I don't know, we just have to scoot, like we just have to get out. And so like we drive home, well she like drives to her house, and then we stopped because there was a turtle in the road, and I remember picking up the turtle and be like putting it close to my face, like, hey turtle, like what you doing, turtle? And then I just remember being like so drunk, like the next day, like it was I was hungover, it was terrible. I could still taste the peach vodka till this day. Like I will never touch peach vodka because like ugh. And oh my gosh, but honestly, Tess, like I never lived that down. I just like, and also there was like pictures taken, and so like the next day at school, like it was just a mess. And people were like, I heard what happened, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was at home, asleep in my bed at Bible study. Like, I really never lived that down, like, my whole junior, senior year. Like, a mess. But that was my first and second kiss and first time getting drunk story. It all happened in one night. Would not recommend. After I graduated, I ended up telling Gray that he was my first kiss, and he was like, oh my gosh, like, that's kind of special. And I was like, it's not that deep. And he was like, yes it is, you're gonna tell tell your kids that I was your first kiss and blah blah blah. I was like, it's really not that deep. But the second guy I kissed, like, I literally avoided him for the rest of like my life. Like, I will always avoid him. Like, never spoke to him again. And like he's like always in my Snapchat and like texting me like, why do you hate me, blah blah blah. And I just like never respond because I honestly just can't, like I can't bring myself to do it. So that was my story. Never underage drink, and I don't know, just take it for what it is. That was my first kiss / first time getting drunk story. Actually, first two kisses, first time getting drunk story.